Hello friends, how are you today? I am having fun doing our stream a little early. It's my wife's birthday and she said, yeah, you should do your stream and then we're going to go for a drive. So that's going to be super cool. I got a lot more viewers yesterday than I thought I was going to, so that's pretty cool. And I am doing a little bit better with the chat. I've got the chat going now. So if there's any questions or comments, I'm happy to follow up with those. When we left off yesterday, we were looking for a cab for our Retcher Porcupine combo. I still think the Torero is probably the best. We tried it with the Growl, and it just really wasn't working because we couldn't get over around 900 points of durability. Now, when we test drive, you can see that the acceleration is not super great. So, is there a way to make this better? Let's try looking at the Torero version of this, which I played in my first video, and see why I like that better. First of all, get a little more acceleration. I really like being able to go all the way to 100 kilometers an hour on tracks. It's super cool. And we've got more structure, and not only do we have more structure in the total 1249, you can also see if you highlight over it down in the lower left hand corner, this build has a total vehicle durability including parts of 5961, whereas the other build that we were playing around with yesterday total of 4666. So a lot more structure, and that has to do with a few things. The other version has more screeners, some other parts. So let's go ahead and see what we can do about building this onto a different cab. So first of all, we're not going to need any of this stuff on the top right now. We're going to have to redo our frames for a different cabin. We'll see how much of that stuff we have to move. If that stuff isn't... I'll put that stuff back on. Alright, so we can try and see just if a Torero will sit right on here as is, so we can do an easier comparison. Let's see here now. Is the Porcupine? Porcupine is attached to it. And we do have a little bit of room under, but not much. See, it's kind of shorter. So we might be able to get a little bit... We could take a look at what we did with our frames in our other build and see, for comparison, how we did that. Well, we can just fix this one. I think let's just stay here and fix this one. Alright, so ideally we would figure out what we're going to do first here. Move that. Let's move this forward a little bit. Oh, I forgot, I can't move it until you. Okay, so let's put a cab on there. And so when we're looking at cabs, this cab has a maximum mass limit of 8,300 of light, which is what we tried. That gave you a little bit more armor than the Growl did. The Harpy would be another candidate, 8,500, so that's just a little bit more than the Blight, which would give you that perk. And then the favorite cab you could also choose, that would give you a dump of all your heat. So 5,250 tonnage and 10,500 mass limit versus Torero, which is 5,500 and 10,000. So it's actually the most. It's got a little bit higher top speed, a little bit heavier, but it also increases the accuracy of mounted weapons. So that is going to help the spread of the Retchers not go so wide, which I'm so let's build it with this gap. So let's see here. So we're going to have to move this up a little bit in order to get the material weld points to work. Okay, so we've moved it up, and now we're going to lower that down. Let's add some breakaway parts. I love my light frames. So I'm debating if I want to go longer, but let's just start with the shorter extension just to make sure. 6x4 frames in the back are 6x4 frames would be a lot nicer, I think, overall. These have 28 points of structure. These have 42, so 280 versus 400. This part's going to get shot a lot. I don't know. We could think about it. Anyway, let's see how it kind of comes together. Okay, so we've got to move up our frames here and try to make as much room under the cabin as we can. Can't quite get. It's not. You couldn't get a giant generator under there, hollow or anything. But now for this, we're looking pretty short if we keep our wheelbase is really short, and I'm worried that it's not going to track as well as I'd like. So in this case, I'm going to move these back a little farther, and I am going to add another piece there. Okay, so let's protect our wheels. So we won't lose this track because it's attached to this frame. But this frame will break away, and this does have 50% melee resistance, so it'll hold together pretty well, I'm sure. So we'll do that same thing again on the other side, moving this one to the back, and making sure that this is connected there. And okay, so now we have our basic build, and we want to decide what we're going to put into this. So let's throw in just one expanded ammo pack for now, and let's not put it right up against the Porcupine in case that gets blown off. Let's leave one little space there. I know it's kind of wasteful. We could also decide to put other kit up there in the front, which I'll have to debate on where I want to put my radar. So now we've got to use all of our energy, right? So let's throw a Retcher on there and see how much we have left. Okay, so we got 3 energy left. That's nice. So we can afford to do 2 of the fuse seals. And you should see that these each of these doubles essentially the length of fire that the Retcher can do. So there we go. So we have 1 more energy left, and on the original version of this build that we played in my first video, we had the Golden Eagle on there, which is definitely one way to go. When you throw that on, you know, obviously you get a little more tonnage, which I'm not super worried, or a little more maximum mass. I'm more worried about tonnage with this build because I don't want to throw a whole bunch more tracks on it. Every time you add these tracks, they suck down power 12%. So if you have to run, you know, if I throw 2 more tracks on, or another track on there to get more tonnage, it starts to kind of lag a little bit. Now, I don't mind with 6 tracks. We can kind of show you what that looks like with this engine. You know, works pretty well, but the steering is not nearly as sharp, and you know, anyway, there's probably better ways to arrange the tracks as well. Another option is to like double the tracks up in the front, but compared that to this, where you get such a sharper steering response, you can almost drift this thing. It's so much faster. So let's go with this. Now I am going to, for this build, I'm going to go with the hot red engine because it doesn't take any energy, and I really like to have my radar. I know a lot of people would probably rather use this for a cloak or just about anything else, but I like to have the Doppler because it detects cap cans and it detects mines, and it just it just does a really nice job of going fast and helping me stay alive. So here is kind of my setup. Now, you saw yesterday as we were playing around with the Retcher and armoring it up that we want to get. I like to use this piece of armor for the back of the Retcher because it's really strong. The challenge here is that it's not gonna. That's gonna impinge on the movement here. So we're gonna put this up here, and we're gonna find a spot for it in a minute once we get something to put down as a base. Could I lower this engine? I could lower this engine. This build, we're not really worried about PS. The other build we were trying was more about trying to make it the lightest build possible and keep the PS low. But this one, I can use a couple extra pieces that are high PS. This, for example, is a buggy floor, one of the better pieces in the game. 90% damage pass-through means that durability 16 is really more like 160. Still only 18 kilograms. And so that's a really good glue to hold everything together. We can see here if it's enough. It's not really. It's not enough space there. I'm going to have to use another one or something else to mount this piece to. That's okay though. So there we go. I like that. Now let's just see if making sure it's not hitting. So yep, see it's hitting on the back on the turn. So we've actually got to move it out even a little bit more. So I'm just going to get it to the position and then we'll figure out what the frames we want to do with that. Okay, so there we go. We have a clear. So they have fixed the hitboxes on these quite a bit, and you can see that it's not stopping it from turning now. So I don't really want to spend, 112 PS just to mount this 88 PS right in that spot. So we'll have to see as we put the build together what we want to do. Alright, so because we have the Doppler, we don't need a radio. And let's go ahead and throw a sort by power store on here. We like these screeners. In the other version of the build, I was able to kind of get double screeners going. I have used these in several different ways. I kind of like this is a good way to run these. Let's see what we did in our other build. Just really quickly. So it looks like I undermounted. I see. And then mounted them on top. And then connected to the sides. That works pretty well, but I don't think we need to necessarily copy that build. Let's just kind of work our way through. Also, I don't really want to add a lot of parts that don't add durability to the car, because then that can kind of cut into the armor and the amount of shots you can take. So, we know we like these kind of up at the front. The Torero nose cut was really nice to work with, and the reason I like that, obviously it looked cool. We are using the Torero cab, but the other thing that was neat about it, these are not. Okay, maybe we need to move this forward another. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not liking this situation here, so maybe let's go with a different solution for the front. And so basically we just left to armor this thing up. Alright, so I want to put, let's throw a lightweight frame back here just to kind of protect our rear. Let's throw one of these cool off-road buggy bumpers there in case anybody breaks through our outer armor on the back. Let's figure out what we want to put across the front here. I could do the air splitter. Let's see if that It's not stopping the porcupine from firing. It's not bad looking. You can also try this pole position. This one's pretty nice because it's 90. Yeah, I think that is going to work. That gives us some protection from melee. It kind of protects our other parts right up here. Now let's see what else we want to throw on here. Alright. So using stronger, better parts. I think we're going to have enough weight in order to have a couple of these APC panels if we want. So these are really tough, and if you want to kind of shield your build a little bit, help it not get stripped, kind of getting that front facing. Notice we're using 2 attachment points there. Now we can put some of the lighter armor stuff behind that. Want it to attach to the cab still. Let's try that. Sneaking in. That doesn't bother me though. Alright. And then let's put some more stuff here. These are just really nice pieces. We don't have any more, but we're going to get some more. You also have the whalebacks, which can work well. So that's kind of our basic structure. We're already, see, we still have quite a bit more space to go. We already have over 1,000 points of durability. So that's pretty great. Alright, so going back to the power score sort again. These minivan panels, pretty nice chunks. I like to lay pieces down vertical like that because then the armor penetration isn't as good. It's just, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect or pretty. We're just kind of seeing how this build works. We already have this build, I would say, perfected, but put together in pretty good detail. So we don't have to make this one work perfectly, but we want to see, you know, is there anything new we can discover as we're working on it? Because sometimes you make a better build than the last time you built something similar to this. Okay, so again, with these fire starter parts, they are just, they're light for, you know, their durability, and that's why I'm using them here. I want to try to get as much durability on this thing as I can. We're already at 1370, which is higher than our other version of this car. We might decide to leave those buggy frames, the large buggy floors, right there, because they are kind of holding everything together, and they are attached to the cab. You know, you can't go wrong with that. One other thing we want to do. I got, you know, I have splurged over time and bought some packs. I will definitely admit. And that's okay. I like to support the developers, and it's a fun game, and what the heck, you know, games cost money, right? So this vial part is another really cool part. It does have a pass-through element to it, which definitely can help it soak some cannon shots and some other nice pieces. Okay, so now we're a little bit low in the front here, you see, so we can go ahead and armor that up. There's a couple ways to do it. In the other version of the build, we did kind of this bandage thing. I'd like to go back to power score and see if there's some other parts that we can put on here that are going to hold it strong. So screeners, that would be really nice. I wonder if we could find a way to mount these onto the frame. And so, just to give us another layer of protection. So these are going to protect our. Oh, see, now it's taken up almost all of my mass left. Well, maybe we won't put those on yet. Maybe we'll put on something different. Let's see what else we got. I kind of want to protect the Retchers in the front, but I don't want to. These are so heavy, 314, and I don't like. They're not. Those aren't going to work good because they're not mounted to anything except for the porcupine. Yeah, I don't like that. So let's see what else we can do here. Canvas roofs, of course. You know, that would be fine. Sorting by power score could be helpful. I think, one other thing we could do is something similar we did in the last build, is we used the sentry line on the front. That might, it's 122. I don't know. That's why it's kind of a fun, creative game. You can do it so many different ways, and there's no right or wrong when it comes to Crossout, and that is one of the things I'm really thankful for. So let's just see if there's anything that kind of jumps out to us. These narrow wings, these are pretty nice. Could do something like this. I'm flipping them. I was flipping them because I want them to attach to the side as well. But let's see here. I'm just not loving the look of that. I wonder if one of these might fit in there. It'll fit like that. Still don't really love the look of it. Might have to sacrifice these big heavy bulkheads here, but you can see right now that we've already got our durability over 1500. I do like those. But what am I protecting really? I'm protecting a bunch of other pieces. We're protecting the structure of my car. Let's just try a couple different options here. So let's see if we can't get these more in the front. Something that's going to just protect us a little bit more. This can go, we'll put that somewhere, not necessarily there. So strip this armor down. See, that's why it's really good to build until you kind of figure it out. Now, just my first pass of building, I was able to kind of figure out what kind of amount of parts I was going to need. Now I can kind of dial in on how I want it to look, right? So I'm just going to pull some of this stuff off, and we're going to see if we can't make it look a little better and function a little better. Alright. I think those are going to look like a Volkswagen Bug hood. Not that a Volkswagen Bug is a problem, but let's see. Is that right? Ooh, that kind of looks nice. Let's just try that. But now it doesn't give us any connect to, so let's look at this. Okay. So what are we trying to protect here? Kind of back to beginning again. So do we really need these here? No, not really. Maybe we could throw them out, wing them out on the sides, and kind of hold some stuff together on our car. I don't really like to lay them horizontally like this because generally, if you can put them more like this, then they're gonna soak a shot the long way versus the short way, and that will keep the armor penetration to a minimum. But I can go up one higher here, and these are just not quite, they're not connecting here. So if I want them to connect, we'll find that piece again later. I can flip these like this, which isn't the end of the world. And let's flip this here. So now we're connecting to two places here, and that's going to make me feel a little bit better about this armor on the top. Okay, so coming around here to the side. Let's see, we can't do there. Alright, so now we're kind of starting to box up our Retchers there, and that, or our Retcher, and that is a good start. So I still like these pieces down here as a good little base. Okay, and there's a gap there, but we'll just see kind of if we want to move everything forward. You know, another option would be to just do more of these here. Kind of hold everything together. But I think we want it to be upwards because, like, we want to be able to put stuff on top of it. Okay, so we don't really need to worry too much about someone shooting off our engine. You know, that's not a problem. Shooting the cab from there isn't a problem. The ammo box and all the gubbins and the good parts of this build are buried deep down inside. If this is a part we're using to additionally affix this, we might want to protect it a little bit from the sides here. I think we want to, you know, consider something like this, but that's probably a little too wide. We could also kind of do this here. That can be nice looking. And now we need to protect our porcupine a little bit more. So let's go back to power score and let's figure out what we can do to make that protected. So I'd say one easy way to do that would be to just throw a bunch of these kind of hanging out over the top. But I kind of think that maybe we want to try to use the heavier stuff here. Let's see here. These are fitting together nicely. These are 47, 44, so they're pretty equal to these other parts. Let's sort some stuff by durability and see if we can't find see if we can't find something else that's going to work well. We still got our large assembly section panels. Those are a little bit higher power score. So, but the way we've got this section now, we don't really want to do. No, that's not going to work because we're not. You know, we want to do that. But we could do this if we wanted to. I'm not sure I'm in love with that look. Maybe we'll switch out these panels here. The challenge with these assembly sections is they don't have there. Okay, so now we've got stuff. We're pretty good. That back stuff's pretty protected. I think let's think about what we can make. Let's try this here. That's not bad. It's only sticking to these two parts here, and I really want it to stick to these other parts. So maybe I do something like that, going up a little bit higher, and then maybe there's something else nice we can kind of throw in front. We could try something like that. It's going to block our retro from firing. I wonder if the Torero nose cut will fit in there now. I know, this is such a long video, folks. I appreciate you watching. We're having a lot of fun doing a stream, that's for sure. Looking forward to going for a drive in the car today, too. That's going to be fun. So, yeah, I probably drove right past that turn around instead. Oh, it's a Carita nose cut, that's why. Alright, we'll search. When in doubt. I don't know, what do you think about that? 68, 173. Decent. Kind of protect. The thing I like about this is it hangs down farther than you expect, but it doesn't stop the porcupine from firing. You can actually even go one level down farther. I think that this is going to be fine. Let's try that, and then let's go a type again, and let's throw on. Yeah, it's kind of ugly. Let's throw the air splitter on there and see if it stops. Porcupine firing, it does not. So that's pretty good. So now, getting a little bit more filled up. I would like to put something here to connect this to more than just these, even though it's unlikely they're going to get shot off that way. But let's just throw a couple of little via panels or something in there. A via 23. We'll go with the smalls. We'll go with the regulars. Or we could do it. Yeah, let's do a small. Just sneak it in there. That way, it doesn't need to. Doesn't really need to be there, but like if one part blows off, another part blows off. I usually don't like using little teeny parts like that. Okay, so now we still have some room. We can throw on some buggy rears as protection. So we can kind of, let's look for at least attaching 2 parts. And what we want to just kind of, I like to keep my firing angles open on the Retcher. The thing with this build is going to be speed, not so much being heavily armored. So, you know, kind of keeping it simple. Those, I don't really like how those are attached there. They've got only one. But you know what I think I can do is I can run a 6x part across it there to protect the bandage. That's interesting. We'll do 2 bandages, maybe. Let's see. There we go. So 1621. It's not amazing looking. Let's see if we can fit some more, just a little bit more armor on here. Hopefully we can fit both of those. Yeah, there we go. 1711. Okay, so now we're starting to get somewhere here. And I think let's throw some paint on it and see how it looks. Alright, so this is what we have. It's a little funny looking. I think we could work more on the front for sure. But the point of it was not to necessarily make the best looking build. That could take a lot longer than it takes in a video, at least for me. But the point is, you've got something that's well protected and working. So this is a lot faster than our growl version of the build. And we have, our growl version only had 1 radiator. This has 2, which is super nice. And just wanting to see how the armor is working. I'd like them to be kind of shooting the front before they start shooting the gun off. Yep, see, that's working pretty well. They got that piece of APC rear. Uh-oh, good boy. Now we've upset all of the people in the garage. A little bit of trouble, so we gotta kind of get out of here. Let's see if our speed. Oh, no, they got the Retcher. Let's see if our speed's working. Anyway. Point is that our armor was working, and we still have our weapons, and so I would say that this was a successful test. Alright, so let's save this, buddy. Okay, and so let's compare that build to the one that I had built earlier that we had done our first stream on. So this is a little different. This is only 1200, and it has the Golden Eagle engine. I kind of like this one. Has some kind of race car parts, but it's a little cobbled together. These 141 structure parts are being held on by 47 structure parts, so that's a little bit, but I actually have not really been using those. And then under this build, let's see here, these are some little fun parts for these. 1 ammo pack, golden eagle. I see. This version I actually added a generator in order just to run, because it does have both. So I guess that does make up for a difference of why this one has a lot less structure, because it has an engine, 2 seals, gas jet, or a big G, and a Doppler. Obviously, the gas jet is not something you want to use because it blows up. Anyway, so let's go to our build that we just finished, and let's see how it works. I don't care, get the scrap metal, get the wires, whatever. But anyway, I think that we've kind of decided, at least from my point of view, why I think the Torero is a better cab to use with some 4-track, small, fast builds with this particular weapon combo. I think it's a good platform that can be used for a lot of different things. I think that the favorite would also work based on its tonnage and everything. But this seems to be my best bet right now. This map. This is always a good map.
No
I have to
heroics,
go up
boys.
here to our little shelf. And I will bother my people. I'll go and say hello to them shortly, but somebody's cutting out on us already? Come on, buddy. See, now I went ahead and I got my Retcher Porcupine shot off already. But we've got a kill assist. We're here. Some people are complaining and exploding. Apparently, there's a squad over here that's causing people to not want to. Oh boy, there. Well, that's one way to lose your Retcher. All right. Well, now we're on full speed. Nice to have a cloak. But you guys are. Rocket incoming, come on, get around the corner. Oh, no, did not get around the corner. Okay, so, yeah, missile person wins again. Alright. Aha. Let's see if you would like to have a... What the heck happened? Did I lose my wheel? Oh, man. Lost my last wheel. Darn it. That's okay. Well, we'll try again. I wouldn't say that that performance was the car's fault. I don't know if I missed the 100 kph yet. 90's still pretty fast. Limited, obviously, by the tracks. That's why the Golden Eagle can be fun. See, now this person was complaining and cut out of the match, but then we're pretty close. We were pretty close, even though we didn't win. Yeah. You know, I think that if you just ignore people's comments and stuff online, if they haven't enough nice things to say, they have a lot better time playing this game, because people just get really weird about it. I don't get it. It's not worth it. Man. Pretty smart to shoot those drones. You gotta shoot them pretty quick, because those owls will tear you apart. See, they have a 30% damage percent now. Do that call, 20%. They only got 2 drones left, so they can only get 2. You basically get 10% plus 50% power for each drone launched. But my friend's son plays a lot of owls, and they do really nice. I think that they do a good job. He gets a lot of hits with them. Look at this. This person got 3 kills. It's gonna take a while for those things to recharge, though. Oh, misses. Gotcha. Alright. Well, folks, we've been playing a build game. Let's see if we can't end this one on a couple more nice battles, and then we're off to do some other stuff. Thanks for watching. I wonder how you folks like to do this map. It kind of drives me crazy a little bit. I've been starting to go up and just see if I can't fight in the gallery above. That can be kind of fun. Oh boy, sorry, friend. Okay, Jordan. I like to get there. Oh, see, no, shoot missiles down. Oh, did not shoot it down. Ah, so annoying. Okay, come on now. Oh boy, fire dog. Okay, get off here. Oh no, not upside down. Oh man. Well, I did shoot the point blank with my porcupine, but I'm not saying that this is the map that I won really well. Let's return to garage and just go ahead and try one more. See if we can't end on a better note. But for more on builds, we are going to keep working on some stuff tomorrow. Feel free to send me a message on what kind of builds you'd like to see. I have some other kinds of cabs and weapons that we can use. Maybe we want to make... Oh, maybe you want to see a deeper build, or some fortunes, or arbiters. Oh boy. Sorry, buddy. Okay, we'll go over here to this middle one. We'll go with our little friends. Oh boy. So everybody's coming over here to this one. So I don't want to get up in there. I want to kind of see if I can't give them pause a little bit about it. I am far too lightly armored to do this alone. Oh boy, watch out. Nice! Oh no, it flipped me. Oh, darn it, I thought I could jump over it. Alright, well, it's been fun. It's been real. Yep, that was quite the killing there. That's how it goes sometimes, folks. Alright, we're not going to win this one, so let's try one more match. Win or lose, this is how we end it. Okay. Do it like this. This is a good map. Hi, Grace. What's your strategy when you're playing? I like to try to see the bots, see if I can help them a little bit. But you know what? That looks pretty hot over there. So I'm gonna go just another loop here. Just kind of go in a couple. Let's wait for some of the team. Okay, let's try to... Oh boy. Somebody shot me. Oh boy. Please don't get behind me when I'm going backwards. Thank you. Over there. Do not want to get hit by more missiles. Okay, so... Oh, wow. That dusk volley took our porcupine off. That is weird. That has not happened before. Maybe we need to rethink our armor there. Let's see if we can't go... bother this person. Hello, dust person. Yeah, I know. I wish I could do something. Going forward or backwards or something. That'd be nice. You're attached to me somehow. Interesting. Okay. I wish I could move. That is really, really annoying. Alright. Alright. I know I said we gotta try it. We gotta win one match. This is just not looking good. maybe that extra 10 kph, maybe the way that other one was built is just a little bit better. That's the thing about building, you never know. It's not like we're some build experts. Yeah. Alright, let me try one more time here. Oh boy.
Gas on the right, brakes in the middle, don't forget.
Goodness, I will say. It's a challenge.
The base is under attack. Enemy detected. Joining the battle.
Okay.
Assault capturing the base. Send reinforcements.
We can't. Watch out for that pulsar. They're going to have to come this way shortly. So I'm just going to kind of throw a couple mines out there. And then we're going to go. You see they're pushing and we'll help our buddies. Come on, Helen. Oh, a little late on that.
There's no turning back now.
Okay, that was fun. Hop and jump dogs, but when I do...
Not gonna need that steering wheel no more.
Oh boy. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Right, bad time to get stuck. Oh boy. See him shoot one. Better adapt it. Yikes. This one's gonna take my gun off. Thank you. Get out of there. What, nests? No problem. Hey, thanks. Thanks, friends. They shot my nests off. Okay, we'll go that way. We'll go with you. Let's go with you. Alright, you've given me the grade, so we'll go with you. See if we can't help you. Where'd you get flipped?
Another one's holed up in here somewhere.
Let's see. You need help? Okay. Oh, that was the last one.
Alright,
see?
Well done.
And it has a lot to do with which team you're on, a lot to do with how well you do to be able to kind of get something. But thanks for watching the stream today, and we'll look forward to playing more another time.